Run out of bullets, yeah? Run out of bullets sooner or later. Atlantean god, all the knowledge of the Scion, and doesn't know that Lara owns the only pair of infinite ammo pistols in this universe. I knew somebody was going to do it. And of course, it's Para. Oh my god, there's a bunch of other people who joined in. Hello, everybody. Wow, welcome to both my phobias in one. Welcome to Still HD. How's everybody doing? Did you tell... Hang on a minute, I've just seen the group chat. Did you tell him? Did you tell him to do that? I've just literally looked at my phone and just seen a... Wow! Wow, guys. Thanks. Love you too. Fucking hell. Fucking nerves as shot as it is. Welcome, everybody. Ah, well done. Well played. Well played. On Twitch we rise. Our dreams come alive. Yep, time to go. I get it. Time to go. 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 Move faster, please. I'm dead. Oh, fucking hell. Fucking hell. Oh my god. Every other sound alert hasn't worked all night. And then that one fucking works and it scares an absolute pants out of me. Fucking hell. High five, wifey. That was well done. Literally, me and my brother have been trying the sound alerts all night and they haven't worked. And then they finally fucking worked. Oh my god. Well done. Everybody watching, folks, subscribe to my underscore video. Hope you're good, wifey. Thanks, wifey. Ah! Alright, photo mode. Check your messenger. So tune in today. What in the actual fuck is that? Oh hell no, I just realized what it is. Oh god, no. No. No, man. Powerpuff Girls. No, Sailor Moon Final Fantasy VII, not Powerpuff Girls. Fucking hell. Absolutely not. I saw it. Can somebody tell me, did it just kill me or did it eat me? Looks like Tomb Raiding's back on the menu, boys. Good morning, everybody. It is I, ScottyLoadinson. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're all doing well on this fine morning. Yes, this is a lot earlier than I usually stream. But you know, some needs a sound alert to emphasize to completely cause verbal diarrhea. But yeah, some news is too big to ignore for too long, and I have not been ignoring it. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here today. God speak. Here today to talk about a little announcement you might have seen at the Game Awards or the morning after about apparently two Tomb Raider games that might have come out, might have announced. Yes, finally, after a drought of brand new modern Tomb Raider content, at the Game Awards this year, we finally got our first glimpse at not one, but two Tomb Raider games, and I am over the moon about it. I honestly cannot put it into words. I sat up for the Game Awards. Till stupid o'clock in the morning, and all I wanted to see was Tomb Raider. But at 2:36 in the morning, I remember it vividly because it was 2 days ago, and also because I was so tired that I didn't even twig what I was watching at first. And out comes Lara in all of her glory, and then just when I thought that we were gonna have to wait 2 years for the next game, we also got a second game, which is a remake of Tomb Raider 1, and also a probably sort of a remake of Anniversary, but then again, Anniversary is a remake of Tomb Raider 1, so by extension, it is a Tomb Raider 1 remake anyway. So we are getting another version of Tomb Raider 1 called Legacy of Atlantis, and I'll say first off, and this is based on because we've seen more of it, I am currently more excited for Legacy of Atlantis than Catalyst, but that might also just be nostalgia talking. But anyway, I've never done one of these kind of videos before where we look at a trailer and we talk through it and stuff, so this is the bit of a learning curve for me, which is why some of this word spaghetti is just nonsense, but I'll try to be as coherent as I can, and we'll discuss it. And if you guys want to jump in the chat and give your ideas and all that stuff, that'd really help the video as well, because I can talk infinitum, we know this, because I never shut up. But if you guys want to chime in with theories, what you like about the trailers and stuff like that, and what you hope is going to happen, then that will help me out massively as well, because there's only so much I can do. That's a fucking fact. Thank you, wifey. Also, hello, wifey, and hello to everybody here. Hey, Kiki2596. Hello, Mania_Mitchell. Who else have we got here? Make yourselves known. Say hello. You really never do shut up. Yes, it's, I think the only thing that would silence me is a bullet. But let's not. I'd rather not do that. But yes, we're going to go through the Tomb Raider Catalyst trailer today first. We're going to go through it. We're going to pause it. We're going to break it down. We're going to then jump to Legacy of Atlantis and break that down. I will say now, and I'm going to say now, there is something I need to bring up, which is a little bit of a theory, but it will rely on you having seen the Tomb Raider anime Season 2. So I will say spoiler alert before I discuss that, but there is something I need to bring attention to, which I noticed, because I binged the entire second season in one day before the trailers came out. So I want to just bring attention to it, because I haven't seen anybody else yet bring attention to it. So yeah. Anyway, let's crack on. Let's get into it for now. Hey, Catherine Hope, first time chatter. Welcome. You are very, very welcome. And then binged it again. Yes, I watched it with wifey, Mania_Mitchell. We finished it again last night, and it was even better the second time. But yes, welcome, Catherine. You are very, very welcome. Are you a fellow Tomb Raider fan? Are you excited? I certainly am. Oh yeah, guys, I got the lights working again. I got those lights working again. So finally, there's something interesting going on behind me. Thank you. How are you? I'm very good, thank you, Catherine. I'm very, very good. I've got new Tomb Raider games to talk about and eventually play, so yes, it is a good day. It is indeed a good day. This camera is not in the right position. If I ever figure out the correct position for this camera, I'm never gonna move it again. But yeah. Okay, so here is the trailer. We're gonna just watch it through first. Feel free to comment, and talk about it. And then we'll go through it again, slow down, pause it, screenshots, etc. But yeah. And don't forget to hydrate, because I talk way too much and nearly lose my voice. Okay, so, first things first. Let me know if you can hear it or not. I imagine you will, because this is the same setup I have for, basically my Sabatu streams, so yeah. Anyway, ready guys? So 2:36 in the evening, without warning, this appears.
The entire world knows your legend.
Hang on a moment guys, because the quality is not at maximum. 720, boo! Boo! We'll go to 1440. Anyway, false start. We'll start again. Thank you, wifey, for letting me know.
The entire world knows your legend. You survived the Dragon's Triangle. Crossed the threshold to Atlantis. I've heard a dozen tall tales that say you're unstoppable. But I say, all legends must come to an end.
That's where you're wrong. I'm just getting started.
I love it! Tomb Raider Catalyst, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to everybody who's just joining in. Welcome. You are all welcome. Have a seat. But yes, that was the first trailer we saw, and it immediately led in to the next trailer. We'll discuss that a bit later. But essentially, what do we think of that? I've got a few things I want to say about it. Breath of fresh air, and definitely establishing the unified timeline right from the off. So first things first, let me just slow it down for you guys. We'll put the playback speed to, let's go 0.5, and I'll go through the whole thing again. Catherine Hope, I'm from the UK, if you're curious. So we start off, this game is set in India, which was rumored anyway, so we could establish that. I actually Googled, you guys can't see my cursor, can you? 1 second, there we are, capture cursor. Now you should be able to see it. Right, so this here, Lal Mahal is in India. I checked it. I can't remember what exactly it was, but it's something in India. And as you can see, there's a big festival going on, fireworks. You know, what we come to expect from Tomb Raider when it's in these far-off locations and these fantastical settings. I think this looks gorgeous, this first shot. And it is like, do you know what it's like? I see this as, it's time to start celebrating because Lara's back. And then we come into here and you get the Tomb Raider 3 monkey has returned, because Tomb Raider 3 is set in India. The first bit is set in India, so same kind of monkey. Little subtle nod. You see Lara walking through with a lot shorter boots than we normally see her in, and a knife on the leg strap. So we've got the knife. I imagine, me personally, I think the knife may play into it with maybe a stealth mechanic. it's far too early to say because this is not gameplay. This is just a CG trailer to hype up Catalyst because it's 2 years away. But yeah, so Lara walking through. It's evening fireworks. Lara's there, and then we get the first big like proper reveal. So as you can see here, we have the tools of the trade, shall we say. So you have Lara's dual pistols are back, finally, the staple of Tomb Raider. We have Lara's dual pistols, which are actually based on Roth's dual pistol. They are Roth's dual pistols from 2013. An interesting thing to note about them is, if you look here at these two pistols, this one here is just bare. It has the Society of Raiders symbol on it, which you don't see until the Legacy of Atlantis trailer. But this one here, this pistol, is actually got like a bit of grit wrap on it. So maybe this pistol has suffered a bit of wear and tear. Maybe Lara has issues with using the left hand to shoot. Maybe she's more right-handed. So maybe the grip is just there to help. But I noticed that. So the pistols aren't symmetrical in detail. She's got this special kind of wrap on it. But also, as you can see here, the bow has not gone. We still have the bow. That looks like it. That's the compound bow that you see later in 2013 and in Rise and in Shadow. So this is another indication of unification. We are blending the classic and the Survivor and the Lao era. You've then got ammo clips here, which are for the dual pistols, obviously, or maybe other weapons that we haven't yet seen. So that very nice. And then the backpack, which looks really good. It seems like the top of it here is wrapped up in something. There's like some kind of material. I don't know whether maybe that's a parachute or it's just an extra protective cover. You can see the straps here. It's in the classic tan brown, which we all come to know and love from Lara's backpack. And then you've got this piece here, which has got a lot of people talking. If anybody was on Steve of War's stream last night where he broke down these trailers, he was very curious as to what this compartment is, and there's a lot of theories going around. One of the theories is that maybe this is like a wing glider the Zip is possibly created to put inside the backpack, which would be cool if it like opens up in the middle and out is a glider. So if she needs a little bit of help with the parkour or getting around, she's got that as just like an emergency feature. But then you've also got this red tube-like bit on the end. So this was my theory about it, and it's probably going to be more than what I'm about to say. I actually think, remember in Tomb Raider 2 and 3, the flare container that you'd see, where it would be like a big container, and then inside is the flares? I think that might be the flare compartment, and she just goes like that. Pulling it out ignites the flare, because you've got this like black bit here, so maybe the end of the flare is there, and she just goes, and she's able to instantly ignite a flare and use it. Which is, if it is, that's really cool. And then maybe another one just gets loaded into the central slot. So it's possibly a flare container, possibly it's the wing glider. I don't know, but it's nice to see that the backpack has moved on from just being something that she holds all her goodies and weapons in, and seems to be bigger on the inside like a TARDIS. So yes, very curious about the backpack. Also, oh, you can't see this here because I'm blocking it. Let me just turn the webcam off. This little bit of fabric here, I can't tell if the detailing on it, it looks Chinese. It's red and gold, and this kind of puts me in mind of Tomb Raider 2. So maybe a subtle hint of Tomb Raider 2. Probably a massive stretch. But that I just thought that was interesting to bring up. So yeah, we've got that, and then the main feature, which is this here, which I'll just carry on the trailer a bit more for. Oh yeah, see a bit more of the bow. Yeah, it's definitely a compound. We have a grappling hook or a web shooter. So the grappling hook from Tomb Raider Legends has returned, but now it is a wrist-mounted grapple, not a belt grapple, which is awesome. Now, spoiler alert. Right now, anybody who has seen the Tomb Raider anime season 2, this actually made its debut in that show. It was not used by Lara. It was used by a character called Fig. She had a wrist-mounted grapple, so maybe that was a little tease of the grapple, because then this trailer came out, and all of a sudden Lara's got a wrist-mounted grapple, and as you can see, she grabs it, and she can now use it to rappel down a lot easier than a rope arrow, attached to her hand. Very neat. And then as she's sliding down, we've got these ruins she's checking out. Here they've got like sort of a bluish yellowy tint to them, and she's got the flashlight still on the shoulder strap. And then at the bottom you've got some kind of like Indians, some kind of statue. I don't know I don't know my cultures, so I don't know what this is. But yes, BBS? What do you mean by BBS? BBS. Need to be back soon. BBS. Brain dead. That's fine, wifey. Everybody else will continue on. Yeah. Sorry. As soon as I said it, BBS, I was like, oh, of course. But yes, we've got this. We've got this here, this gold statue. So maybe it's some kind of like Hindu. Is it Hindu god? I don't know. Indian god. I like I say, I don't know enough. Forgive my ignorance. I should research this some more. Won't be long. I know you won't be, wifey. It's fine. So she rappels down, looking around, and then we get into this room, which has got all of these different Hindu gods. These gods here, all golden statues. It kind of reminds me of the Tomb Raider movie, the first one, a little bit, which is very cool. Maybe guys in Catalyst will see Shiva statues again, coming to life with swords, because it's like I say, India. It would be a great way to get those things back. And then you have these mercenaries, and this clearly the leader of the pack, this villain. I'm gonna say she's a rival archaeologist at the moment because I have a theory, which I'll go into later. But yes, we don't have Trinity anymore. Thank God, because Trinity is done. We need Trinity to go. That was a Survivor era thing. Not everything has to be Trinity. Not everything has to be Natla. And obviously you survived the Dragon's Triangle. You survived the Legacy of Atlantis. Not the Legacy of Atlantis. So we'll just play this sequence.
I've heard a dozen told tales that say you're unstoppable.
Oh, bit further back.
It's the threshold to Atlantis.
That was it, threshold.
I've heard a dozen told tales that say you're unstoppable.
And then, obviously, here she is.
But
And then we get this flex. Not everything has to be Umbrella. I agree. It really does sound like Ellen Thomas. I don't know. We haven't had that announced. We only know Lara's voice actor at the moment.
All legends must come to an end.
Yeah, so, by the way, gold Ray-Bans. Wifey, she's got your gold Ray-Bans. So, I think this is a rival archaeologist, personally. And I think this has something to do with the Society of Raiders, right? I'm not going to say yet why. But I think the Society of Raiders is going to play into this game and this era a lot more. And I can actually bring up previous characters that might be connected to the Society of Raiders as well. Listen to Ambessa's desperation is the road to oblivion, and then legends come to it. Oh, you think it's Ambessa from Arcane, her voice actress. Voice is almost identical. Possibly. And then we get this. So, literally, no messing about, no regretting having to do it. She just knows what she's got to do. Uses the grapple to pull down the light. So maybe we'll have stealth mechanic and you can use the grapple. And then proceeds to use the darkness to advantage and headshots every single guard there is. Let's just like, instantly draws the guns, starts shooting. Instantly recognized silhouette of Lara with the guns drawn, pointed forward. And, yeah, just proceeds to wreck these guys. And then, obviously, you've got her... Oh, hang on. I'm not very good at pausing, I apologize. So, yeah, just that right there. Like, this is a happy accident, but look at that. That's our queen right here. There she is. And we still haven't seen her face yet at this point. But yeah, just shooting the pistols, taking them out. They can't land a hit. And then this. I'm going to slow this bit down. Use spacebar for pausing faster than clicking. Okay, yes, you're right. I should be doing that. I'm going to slow this bit down because this is awesome. So the grapple shoots out. Gloves have got armor on them, by the way. Grapple shoots out and then just takes her out in one spin kick. Like, it's just so good. I wish I had better ways of pausing this. But yeah, let's just go through it slowly. So, shoots them all. Elbow to the face. Grapple. Spin. Kick. Takedown. So, very Tomb Raider Legends style of acrobatic combat, which I hope that move is either a stealth takedown or an actual move you can do in the middle of combat. Because imagine you're in a gunfight and you imagine if you could grapple, pull forward like that, and then have your gun drawn in the other hand and shoot enemies in slow motion while you're doing it. They really could bring in a lot of adrenaline dodge-esque combat from like the Legend era and make combat like maneuverability a lot more flexible. So she takes her out and guns drawn immediately, and you've got the belt buckle, well, a belt buckle and a first proper look at Lara there. And then we get the big moment, the face reveal.
That's where you're wrong.
And the voice. And there she is. First look at modern, older Lara in this era of the series. And I think she looks great. I think she looks absolutely great. I've seen people that are complaining about how she looks. Well, I think one of the things was like, oh, why does she look Latina? You know, 'cause, like with the skin tone. And my response to that is basically, she's an archaeologist, she's an adventurer who goes all around the globe. Do you really expect her to maintain her pasty British ghost white skin complexion? If she's in India, she's got to be tanned. So she's not Latina at all. She's got a tan. She adventures, and totally detracting from the fact. I think that her look is very is a good mix of all three versions of Lara we've had. Classic, Lao, and Survivor. You've got the braid. You've got... Here's a good look at the dual pistols. You can see the Society of Raiders emblem there. And her other pistol. You can see a bit more of the backpack and the backpack straps. Backpack straps very thick. But I think that they're going for... It's sturdy. It has to survive a lot of wear and tear, so I think that's why it is. And then she's got a neck scarf on, like a desert neck scarf or an ascot, which probably is covering the necklace that everybody's saying she isn't wearing in this. So she's got that. Then you've got your tank top here, but with this ribbed detailing. You've got the belt here. It just looks brilliant. I think she looks great. The voice. Genuinely thought it was Haley Atwell when I first heard it. That's how well I got fooled. It's actually an actress called Alex Wilton Reagan, who you may know from Assassin's Creed Origins, I believe. And having already heard her, like, just this one line, I was like, yeah, alright, I'm on board. But anyway, yes, this is our Lara. This was our first look. And instantly, I was smiling. And then you get this.
I'm just getting started.
Yep, and my lights just died. And then you get I'll just quickly here. Then you get another look at it. For an older Lara, facially, I think this is perfectly fine. And also, you get... I'm blocking more of the view again. You've got an earpiece, so potentially Zip confirmed for the game. I mean, I think at this point Zip is pretty much part of the DNA of the series. So I think not having Zip is weirder than having Zip. And since we've established him in the anime in 3 different eras, I think that Zip is now probably, he's embedded into Tomb Raider now. Alistair, unfortunately, will still probably be dead because this is set after Underworld. So Alistair's dead. Natla will be dead. Doppelganger, Doppelho, whatever everybody likes to call her, possibly still out there. Who knows? But yes, this whole sequence got me excited because this show potentially shows us how good the parkour and the acrobatics and the climbing is going to be in this. And there's a very important thing here that's not shown that is in the Survivor era. So everywhere's collapsing again. Things never change. And then she starts running up the wall, parkour style like that, and leaps. Why have we never had wall running in Tomb Raider until this point, except for with the grapple hook in Anniversary? If she can literally run up the wall like that, Prince of Persia style, and leap, the platforming in this is going to be something else, because imagine if literally, instead of you have to jump to this specific ledge, you have to jump to this specific ledge, which we very conveniently painted a bunch of white or yellow paint on. Imagine that every surface, as long as that you're able to grab it, every surface in the game is your climbing. You can get up places any which way you could come up with. You can jump to this place, bounce off the wall, grapple hook to an upper platform, grab a ledge, and then leap to another, slide down something. Imagine if that's how they're approaching, like, climbing, acrobatics, everything in this game. Even if they aren't, if we just get parkour and we've just got more options of traversal, I'm fine with it. But that got me excited. And then she's sliding, because what's a Tomb Raider game without sliding down slippery slopes? And then leaps. Instantly grabs with her hand. She's there. She's got purchase. And you know what? the thing that I noticed, pickaxes nowhere to be seen in this. So in my eyes, I see this as she's older, she's more confident, she knows that she can do this. She no longer needs the safety blanket of a pickaxe while she's climbing mountains or moving stalactites or anything like that, or ruins. She knows that she can do it. And she's got the grapple hook as well. So she doesn't need the pickaxes anymore. If they're in the game, great, fine. But she doesn't need them anymore, which I think shows the progression. And this is, like I said, this is an older Lara. So she will have been doing this for years. So she will know that she can do it. And that the fact that she slides down that slope, leaps instantly to a moving stalactite and grabs a part of it and knows she's secure. How would she know that ahead of time? She just knows she can do it. That's a Lara Croft trait to me. She knows she can do it. So she is literally now the Tomb Raider we wanted her to get to in those 3 Survivor games. So I love it. I love it. Sorry guys, I got a notification and I thought my stream wasn't working. Anyway, but yes, then we go like this. Absolutely gorgeous visual. Absolutely gorgeous visual. You've got like the Indian ruins in the background. You've got this temple here. And just look at this environment. The greenery, the sun glare, the ruins. And I think what this is like a blanket statement of the sort of places you're going to be able to go to. And then obviously you've got all these stalactites and rocks rising with some weird glowy orange energy, actually, on one of, like here, look, you can see, that it's got some energy in it, and then out she comes rising, and then there she is. Tomb Raider Catalyst. And then you've got, like, look at this environment. Like, do you know what this reminds me of? This shot, it sort of reminds me of when they first revealed the world of Zelda in Breath of the Wild, where they said, this is the new world of Zelda, and yes, you really can explore those distant mountains. That's what I think this is saying to me, is this whole area that you see before you, this is where you can go. We will let you go to this little village down here. You could explore these ruins and temples over here. You can climb these mountains and find caves and everything. And then, because Tomb Raider is like old school Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider is a series. The fantastical is part of the series' DNA. The fantastical elements, the crazy traps, the otherworldly elements, the monsters from that you've never seen before, the nightmares you've never experienced, different realms like the floating islands, all that stuff. And speaking of floating islands, and you have a temple here, which if you watch the trailer very carefully, you will notice that as the rocks are rising and the camera's panning, that temple is actually rising up and moving into that spot. So that's a floating temple. I want to explore that. The more fantastical elements, because the past 3 games have been, even though they have had their fantastical elements, they have grounded themselves more in reality. And I think that Tomb Raider doesn't need to be grounded in reality. It's got plenty of that. I think that the fantastical is part of its identity. So definitely really happy to see things like this. And it's only a small thing. You could, if you don't look closely enough, you could think that that's attached to that mountain. But no, it's floating ruins. It's literally floating ruins. So yeah, whatever's going on here with this shot, Lara just holding on and just looking out at everything. That is a statement of intent, of direction with this. you're going to have a big open world to explore. I think that there's going to be an open world element to this, because I'm imagining that maybe this whole, like, the whole area we're seeing is just like, you know, it's a canvas showing off every kind of environment you're going to be able to explore. But I'm sure there'll be more. But it's like, this is what we're offering you. A big open environment. You could go anywhere you like, any order, and explore, with a story that knits together everything. I mean, it's tricky to imagine if you could do the story in any order and explore. I think that there will have to be like bullet points where the story has its key moments, its key plot moments, but imagine you could just go anywhere, or you go somewhere else, and then because you've done this thing over there, going back to this other area. Yes, one moment. Going back to this other area, you could do something else. You know what I mean? So you could do anything. I'm going to actually redeem that hydrate now. Also, welcome back, wifey. And anybody else who's watching, hope you're good. I hope that you're finding this interesting. And then we get, obviously, I've held off till the end for this bit. The logo. That logo, I love it. I love that logo. It's not the logo that we've been seeing doing the rounds for the past several years. But, you know, it's got that classic sandy, yellowy brown, like, finish to it. And it looks like, you know, stone. It's even got cracks in the center, like cracks in the I and the D going out to the E and the R. Like, you know, like it's a ruin. But Tomb Raider, Catalyst. So we've gotten out of the convention of something of the Tomb Raider, because they could have called this Catalyst of the Tomb Raider, which wouldn't make any sense to me personally. But just it's a simple harkening back to how they used to name their games. Like, it used to be Tomb Raider 1, Tomb Raider 2, you know, Tomb Raider Chronicles, Tomb Raider Last Revelation, Tomb Raider Legend. We've now gone Tomb Raider Catalyst. So, and the great thing is, I love that this title, it's like, deliberate. This is a catalyst for a new era of Tomb Raider, because this trailer is what leads into the next trailer. It's a kicking off of a brand new age, a brand new era of Tomb Raider that's been, at this point, getting close to 10 years in the making. So yeah, and then obviously you've got this like Indian underlining decor here as well, just to be on brand with the aesthetic. So yeah, love it. Absolutely love this logo. Really like it. And just, I'm not gonna lie, I think that this might actually end up being my desktop theme for one of my laptops, because at the moment Legacy of Atlantis is my... I have never gone through a trailer and screenshotted so many things going through it. I love it. I love this. And then if we look at Lara, just briefly, you've got more of a look at here. She's obviously wearing... she's got the right idea. She's wearing the brown pants. She's got a slightly different holster configuration than we're used to. The gloves, not a teal top, but a white top this time, which is interesting. And then the backpack, and then there's that compartment again. And that compartment now doesn't have the reddish tube-like thing sticking out of it. So maybe it's a flare. I don't know, like I said earlier. Maybe that is a wing glider, because she's there. Can you imagine that's how the game starts? You're hanging on that cliff, and the first thing they have you do is jump off, and you initiate this wing glider and glide down to like this greenery area here, or maybe down to the village there. And that's how they start the game. Just introducing a new mechanic, but also giving you the spectacle. So yeah, I was over the moon seeing this. I mean, I was happy. I mean, when Legacy of Atlantis was revealed, I was more excited by that, but part of that is nostalgia. But I was really happy to see this. I'm just... And then 2027 came up, and I'm sure, like, a lot of people, their hearts sank a little. Oh, hang on. Why is my thing being laggy as all hell? There we are. So, yeah, so 2027 appeared, and I was like, oh, I've got to wait 2 years. We've already waited so long. Like, it would have been close to a decade between two Raider games, but for 2027. And then obviously you've got the usual spiel. You've got Crystal Dynamics, Amazon Game Studios, which at the moment, with everything that's going on with how all this is looking, so far the Amazon deal seems to be working out great. It's promising. PS5, Xbox Series X, and Steam. So you know it's coming out on all the major platforms, as it should, and then it will probably come to Switch at some point. But how? I just want to say, how the hell is the Switch or the Switch 2 gonna be able to make that look that good without sacrificing graphic fidelity or making it look like Tomb Raider 3 or something like that? I don't know how they're gonna do it. Another thing I should mention, this is Unreal Engine 5, and so is Legacy of Atlantis, and a lot of people go, oh, Unreal Engine 5, because every game uses it. Even though this is Unreal Engine 5, that has so much character to it. Even though it's Unreal Engine 5, and I know, it's almost become like the homogenized go-to graphic style. It looks so good, I don't care, basically. You realize that Cyberpunk 2077 has been working perfectly on Switch 2. I did not, but I'm very glad to hear it, but also this looks a lot better than Cyberpunk. Visually. No offense to Cyberpunk at all. This looks a lot better to me, personally, visually. So, but yeah, I take your point. If it's capable of doing that, great. I haven't got a Switch 2, so I can't really judge accurately. But considering that the power in a Switch and in the Wii and everything compared to PlayStation, Xbox, PC, I'm just going with that, as it won't look as good. But if it can, great. So yeah, but there's just so many moments in this trip. I'm going back to this. I've been rambling on for nearly 50 minutes now, just on Catalyst. And this is the shorter trailer. This is a trailer versus an entire... Yeah, fair enough. It's a CG trailer. I'll give you that. But what do we think? What do people think of Lara's new look? I think she looks fantastic. Excuse me a moment, guys. I just need to blow my nose. I'll switch the mic and the camera. And I'm back. But yeah, I think she looks fantastic. I'm really excited. And again, this was just the first game. And it looked, I love these pistols. I love the pistols. I love how she looks. Hi, back. Hi. Fantastic. On board immediately. And if I wasn't on board at that point, then I damn well was when we got the next... Oh, yeah, by the way, a little bit of free promotion here. Make sure you all watch Steve of War's video here, analyzing the trailer as well. Go check it out. Really good stuff. I love that thumbnail. Damn. Yes, go check it out. Also, hi, Steve, if you ever watch this. But yeah, if I wasn't sold with that, this was the take my money moment. This was the meme. This was take my money. So, and this, this, I'm going to say this dead to the camera. This trailer made me cry. And that's partly nostalgia, partly I was very tired, but this trailer made me cry. Like the first trailer I was happy, this made me cry happy. I loved it. I'm getting a bit emotional thinking about it now because I've watched it so many times, and it's and having. I'll get into it afterwards. Let's just watch the fucking trailer. I want to see the trailer. I want to see the trailer. Screw it. Let's do it. Oh. Hang on a mo. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is Legacy of Atlantis. First things first. Classic Laura look. And, we'll get into the nitty gritty, but I'm gonna let this play. I'm gonna let this play in silence.
It's been years. But the events are still etched in my memory. Lost worlds. Frozen in time. New discoveries. Waiting behind every door. Across every chasm. I didn't know then the path this adventure would send me on. But it lit a fire that still burns. I need to see more. I need to go further. To uncover the secrets of Atlantis. Some legends are destined to be retold.
Damn fucking right they are. Fuck. Sorry, guys. I need a minute. Can you tell I really like that trailer? Damn fucking right, some tales are destined to be retold. I got goosebumps watching it again. Come on, you cannot say that is not fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing. Every bit of that. So I at this moment, because obviously there's more shown here, I am more excited by this. Oh, wait, hang on a minute. I missed something very important out. Let me just finish the trailer. As soon as I saw 2026, I was over the fucking moon because I don't have to wait as long as I thought for Tomb Raider. And then I realized we're getting 2 Tomb Raider games. Oh, yes. 2 Tomb Raider games. And then you've got the new logo and the new title. Tomb Raider in the old blocky style. That's a very classic font. And this is actually kind of an amalgamation thing. It's like, this is the classic font, and the Legacy of Atlantis, and this is in the Legend font style. In fact, hang on a minute. Let me see if I can grab my copy of Tomb Raider Legend without knocking everything over. I've got the PS2 version to hand. Una memento. Oh, no, it won't come out. Oh, come on. Come on, Laura, don't be shy. This is your moment. There we are. Oh, wow. This is... Yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys this, you little fanboy. Come on. Tell me that wasn't amazing. So... ignore the top bit. Legend, look at the legend bit of the font, yeah? And then look at Legacy of Atlantis. So, in a way, I think that this logo is a unification in itself. Because classic blocky writing, Lao era, legend style writing, with obviously there's a few accents on the letters. But yeah, so that's really cool. I haven't dug this out in years. I forgot that this was lenticular. PS2 Legend, I was so happy with that. But yeah, that trick, I don't know how I'm going to actually tackle this one. I'm going to be here for 3 hours. I am going to be here for 3 hours. So, I'm going to actually move my webcam down here a moment so I'm taking up less of the screen. Okay, right. So, what we have, first shot. This to me is Lara coming out of like the cave area of the Lost Valley into the Lost Valley, and the Lost Valley is just a small is just like a very well, in classic standards, a big enclosed room. It looks enclosed. It isn't. It's open planning, but
it's been years.
I'm sorry. What? That's the Lost Valley. What? It looks like she stepped onto the set of like fucking King Kong or onto Jurassic Park. And even in this one shot, the level of detail is insane. The trees, the broken logs, the greenery, the birds. Are they birds or are they? Yeah, they're birds. I thought they were dinosaurs. Well, technically, dinosaurs are birds. I thought they were like pterodactyls. But look at that. I wish I had a way of playing this slower, like without having to. But yeah, and then, no, we can't have that. We can't have that. That's. Yeah, we got to mute. And then she died, and then swan dive. Flex move, showing us that. Look at the motion blur as she dives in. So that's diving down, obviously, into a pool of water from, like jumping off the waterfall in the original and into it. And also Anniversary. A lot of people are forgetting it. I feel like a lot of people are trying to say that this is invalidating Anniversary, and it's not, and I'll go into why in a moment. But yeah, Amazon Game Studios, and then we get a look at Lara's boots, the classic boots that she always wears, and as it says at the bottom, mix of pre-alpha gameplay, in-game footage, and cinematics. I can't tell the difference. But yeah, the only sad thing is, yeah, the laces aren't red anymore. Because in classic Tomb Raider, laces are red. And then in Tomb Raider 2 and 3, they're yellow. So, shame, but, small beans. And she's got the up to, what's that part of the leg called? The thigh? Not the thigh. You know what I mean. The calf, thank you. The calf high socks, the strapped boots, the laces, walking through the mud. Like and cosplayers, get your screenshots now. Get your screenshots in now. You know what? I'll put it on normal speed again. But yeah.
But the events.
We get a very nice booty shot. The Toby cam, as people were in Tomb Raider now. I'm just gonna say now, the pattern detailing of the shorts fantastic. The teal top, the belts, the buckles, the rivets, the detail there, fantastic. And no, I'm not just talking about the cake. Thank you. The gun. This is what I was saying earlier. The Roth's pistols. That emblem is the Society of Raiders pistol emblem. The gloves with the knuckle holes and the holes there should be circular technically, but hey ho, who cares? The The gun straps are... I actually own this model of gun strap myself for cosplay. The holsters, so they're solid pieces now, and they're held on with 2 straps. One here at the upper thigh, and then a bit lower down the thigh there. Very good. Skin tone. She's got like skin mottling and stuff. Mottling. Actually, she's got pockets now. The cake is the best part, though. Well, I'm not going to disagree. But yes, she now has pockets, or at least I can't remember what it is. But when you're designing costumes so that they have more give, you put like little, like strips of removed fabric in them. Maybe it's that. So that you've got more maneuverability. They do this with superhero costumes a lot in like the CW. They would put like little slits in the backside so that the leather didn't just go poof, which it did occasionally. A little bit of knowledge for you there. But yes, that looks very good. The handgun grip detailing as well. I'm really impressed at the detail.
Are still etched in my memory.
This is my desktop theme. That's the Lost fucking Valley. That is the Lost fucking Valley ruins. You probably can't explore all of this. I imagine you can probably go to possibly here or possibly there. I think that all this will be out of bounds in the skybox. But you could definitely go to this temple to get a cog piece. You've got a few rocky ruins there as well, and you've got obviously the palm trees, the greenery, and everything. And then Lara stood there, and you get a proper look at her toned physique. She's got the braided ponytail. Really liking the look of all of it. But yeah, and then Crystal Dynamics and Flying Wild Hog Productions. I can't remember what the game was that Flying Wild Hog made. What was it? I'm actually going to Google that right now, so that I could tell you what it was. Bear with me. Flying Wild Hog, video game developer, games. So these are the people who are making it, and yeah, come on, phone. Here we go. I'm going to read off a list to tell me how many games you know. Evil West, I know that game. Shadow Warrior 3, the reboot. Trek of Yomi. Space Punks, I've not heard of that. Devolverland Expo. Shadow Warrior 2, Shadow Warrior. Hard Set Redux, Hard Reset. Juju, whatever that is. So they've done Shadow Warrior, they've done Evil West, so and those are very good games, I will point out. So we're in good hands. If you were doubting, if you doubted their credentials, no, we're in good hands, trust me. And then here, this is the end of the caves section. You've got what looks like the weights that open the door and the bar. They've really gone for the classic, like, I think they've gone for the classic style architecture. Like, I feel like this will be a closer remake of Tomb Raider 1 than Anniversary, but vastly expanded, as we've seen from the Lost Valley. But yeah, you've got the shooting dart traps. You've got all this shrubbery. You've got arrows sticking out of skeletons where people have been killed. New water flows. But yes, then you've got the central door to the city of Vilcabamba with the Peruvian like aesthetics. Very nice. And then we open the door.
Frozen in.
I can't tell if this is Vilcabamba or Lost Valley. I think it's Lost Valley, but mind you, there is a building there in the distance. So I'm gonna say that this is Vilcabamba. If this is Vilcabamba, it was enclosed in caves. Holy fucking shit! You've got a waterfall there. I bet you could swim around in there. Maybe that's the area where you found that secret with the dragon statues to tie in. Found something cool to tie into my topic. Is it on Messenger? Oh, yeah, that's very. If you're wondering sorry to sidetrack. If you're wondering what I've been sent, Camilla Luddington has put a post. She's the Lara from the Survivor era, the motion capture, the voice, and she's just reaching out and giving her support to the new Lara, which is Alex Wilton Reagan. If you're ever in need of a bow, I know the exact spot to look for one in Croft Manor, and saying that she loved every second of the game of her time in it, and then the new Lara, Alex, has said this is incredibly gracious. No Lara is left behind in this world. All Laras are welcome. Yeah, and just showing mutual respect and congratulations. That's really sweet. Oh, yeah. I mean, Camilla gets a lot of flack sometimes, and while she's not my favorite Lara, I think she was perfectly fine. I think she did a really good job, and I have respect for anybody who takes up the mantle of Lara, because the mantle of Lara is like taking on James Bond or the Doctor. You're taking on a lot of baggage, taking on a high-profile character like that. So, respect to Camilla, respect to all the Laras, respect to Janelle, Shelley, Judith, everybody. Like, I respect their contributions to Tomb Raider, and I like that they reach out to each other like that. I really do. That's really sweet. Camilla is your favorite Lara. Well, to be fair, Camilla was your first Lara as well, so, which is still baffling to me that she was your first Lara, but it's fine. I kudos to Camilla for that and showing the support, and I'm sure some of the other Laras will come out. I do love how you're wearing a Resi shirt instead of a Tomb Raider. It's in the wash, otherwise I would have worn my Tomb Raider shirt. Of the game. Oh, yeah, I'm not branching out into the movie Laras. The movie Laras is a different kettle of fish. But yes. She's so pretty. So she looks younger here, obviously. She looks a lot than in the other game. I actually preferred this look to the other look, but she looks so pretty. She looks very close to Survivor era Lara, but there's an amalgamation of like facial features from other Laras as well. She's got like the bangs and stuff from Survivor era, the ponytail of classic era, the necklaces here from the Survivor era, and then you've got the backpack and the strap going across the chest as well. I like that they've got dirt on her skin from like where she's been exploring. But I think I know that it's a video game character. It's just a load of pixels and polygons. She looks fucking gorgeous. Absolutely fucking gorgeous. I love it. And those who are saying she's ugly, then you have, well, firstly, you have no you have impossibly high standards, I'd say. I think she looks lovely. You've just watched Mum, and I've just watched Mum play Tomb Raider. I don't know, never had the patience for it, even as a kid. Well, now you can play the original Tomb Raider, and like I said to you, Tomb Raider Anniversary is the original Tomb Raider, with some changes. But look at her. The confident smirk, looking around in amazement, like you can see the love of what she's doing in her eyes. I love this look. I love it. I really do. And then
New discoveries.
Phil Kabamba or the Lost Valley swinging across with the grapple hook, which I'm glad the grapple hook is making a return. I did say I hope that it does. So I'm glad that that's stayed. And then you've got all these ruins and shrubbery, all this detail. Gorgeous.
Waiting behind.
Going to the main temple as well here. Peruvian. Oh, there is a. I wonder. I know that this is a small thing, but a bag of rocks. I wouldn't. Maybe that's part of a puzzle. Maybe that's how certain items are in there. I am curious how item placement is going to work in this. How are the medipacks going to factor into it? Are we going to craft them, or are we going to just find them lying around and just accept it? Good timing of pausing.
Every door.
The cog puzzle, which now how the fuck is she gonna fit that in her backpack? So the cog puzzle just used to be really tiny in the original game, and then in Anniversary it's a whole wall. But here Laura's literally having to kick the damn thing into place to get it to work because it's that big. Also, like how there's sort of like a 2.5, well, a pseudo 3D-ish perspective. Like, this is an interesting angle here. So I like that. And then for anybody who liked traversal in Tomb Raider Legend, pole swinging.
Every chasm.
The bridge from the Lost Valley, another recognizable landmark in from the first game. And I'll say this about them remaking and remastering, well, remaking this, like, they've obviously, all the environments are going to look vastly different. But the thing I like is that even though they've really upped the scope and, like, enhanced everything and made everything bigger and, you know, grander, every set piece that we've seen so far in this trailer is instantly recognizable from the original game for classic fans and maybe even some general fans. You can instantly recognize the bits from Tomb Raider 1 and Anniversary. And this bridge is one of them. It's like the first test of your jumping skills because the bridge is broken. If you fall, you die, or the T-Rex gets you. And then the biggest flex to show Tomb Raider fans that we know, we hear you, we see you, we know what you want. This one move. The extravagant handstand for the original games that didn't need to be there, but it was. And has been it was in the WoW era, Classic era. That move is them going, yeah, this is Tomb Raider. We know what you want. If they couldn't have reassured me that they're going classic with this, that they're acknowledging the classic with that. I love that move. It's kind of like the point I made earlier about the traversal without the pickaxes. It's kind of Legend actually sums it up pretty well. It's in the beginning when she hasn't got climbing gear. Really, Zip, it's like going up a set of stairs, only far less boring. She knows what she's doing. She's got this. So yeah, that just I'm gonna watch that bit again.
Every chasm.
The upside down shot, and then the handstand into this proper. Just yeah, they had me there. They had me anyway. But I really appreciated that. And then obviously, because Lost Valley is one of the most famous levels in the game, and you want to promote the crap out of it, and everybody knows what Lost Valley's remembered for.
I didn't know then.
Just a little thing. Yes, I know, before you say. Just want to point out that the white undershirt has gone. So she's just wearing the tank top. And yes, okay. I'm not saying it. Yes, they're there. You can see them. I know. Behave. There we are. Get it out of your system. Okay. Let's move on.
The path this adventure would send me on.
And then you can, if you pause it at the right time, you can get a look at the belt buckle. Is the classic belt buckle, the gloves, the straps. You can get a better look.
Adventure would send me on.
And then a good look at the gloves as well. And then, obviously, the footprint in the mud. Oh, look! Raptors with feathers, because obviously they're now more scientifically accurate, and we know they're like feathers. It's basically like a giant chicken. But this bit's interesting, and Steve of War actually pointed this out. This. So, if I pull up this right here, this looks like gameplay because you see the gunplay, how she's moving. Just go back again. Yep, so she's backpedaling, she's shooting like that, like, you know. And then the adrenaline dodge from Tomb Raider, the Lao era, where you would slow down time, she'd aim for the head and shoot. So whether we're going to get the same mechanic, or it'll be that you do that to do a critical shot to do some decent damage, I don't know. Either way, I don't mind the adrenaline dodge. I like it. I always thought it was cool. I'm glad it's there. It's another recognizable thing and another sign of the amalgamation of the unification of all of the different eras. So, and then you have her leaping backwards in slow motion, shooting the raptor.
The titless of fire.
Tube of Qualopec.
Still burns.
Effortlessly going back, going through all that. The swinging bladed pendulums, which have now got a more ornate look to them. Flipping and leaping over the fire pits in the most extra way possible. Like, just not even stopping, just going. Like, so the acrobatics, you like your acrobatics, you got your acrobatics. There you go. And then the central chamber boulder from Tube of Qualopec, which now has a face. Yes. So Sabatu is here. He is here. Yes, there's the central boulder, and then here, this doorway bit here, this is where the gates will close, leading to the chamber with the Scion in it, Scion in it.
I need to see more.
And then this.
To go further. To uncover.
Just doesn't stop pelting it across these swinging platforms. The central chamber's massive. You've got all this gold detailing. I really hope they get the color scheme from the original game in it, the orange and gold and stuff. But just look.
To uncover this. To go further.
And you can see the doorways to the other rooms. And I think that there, I think that sprinting is going to be in this. Like sprinting and leaping. I think that's going to be a part of it.
To uncover the
Oh, and then we get a crotch ram. And then this bit here,
secrets of Atlantis.
that is clearly when she bursts out and she'll be in the Lost Valley. That's how they'll unveil it, because it's sealed by, like, branches and stuff. And then she'll burst through, and the sunlight will clear, and you'll see the valley in all of its glory. That's what that is. And then we've got Peru here. This to me, I'm trying to think which chamber this is. I think it's like the first opening area of the caves. Maybe it's the bit where you go down and then pull a lever to get into that room, which leads to the broken bridge room. This looks like they've vastly expanded it. Gives off some Rise of the Tomb Raider vibes, because, you know, that game is 90% snow. So very good, and you've got all these, like, ruins and these ornate, like, decorations, these Peruvian artifacts, broken stuff, rock and rubble. Yeah, love it. And then this cave here, the lighting in here, I love that the cave lighting goes down and just fades. And you've got more statues, Peruvian statues, and a cave to another area. Swimming! Swimming. Something that the Survivor era was distinctly lackluster in was the amount of swimming. And here we have Lara swimming underwater, fishy swimming around, bits of ruin. I don't know whether the oxygen meter will play. Do you want to know what I want to know? Will she have the rebreather? Can we have the rebreather? And if not, I just hope she can hold her breath for a decent amount of time. But yeah, the swimming, that looks great. It all looks good. She can really pelt it through there. So glad to see swimming. It's a small thing, but swimming is a very important part of Tomb Raider. I love it. And oh yeah, I'm fanboying. I'm fanboying again. So you got the wolves here. and Lara's there pointing one gun as she walks. I think this will probably be either the caves or the beginning of Vilcabamba. And then fires one gun, fires another gun, and it's like she's like bang, 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 you know, she's like punching the air with the guns, and it's just the confidence, the, like, to me, like, right there, the determination and everything. There she is. There she frickin' is. In all of her majesty. There's our Lara. Just look at that. The confidence, the steadiness. You can see Roth's pistols. The straight eye look. And I also think this gives us a really good look of Lara. I think this is one of my favorite shots in the whole trailer, is this bit. And this might end up being a desktop theme as well. There's too many bits. But yeah. And the recoil of the guns, the slide animation, the muzzle flash. And the guns sound like freaking cannons. And then there he is, the T-Rex. Which is now got feathers, because they all think dinosaurs were basically similar to... They were like giant chickens that, evolved into this. But yeah, he looks really pretty. Does look like a giant raptor, though. But yeah, T-Rex is here. Attacks her, destroys that bridge. And then you get this slide here. Which I'm going to actually slow that down for us. Slow that down to 0.75 a minute. Actually, that's still too fast. We'll slow that down to 0.5. And then, yeah, there she goes, Do that slide. Now, a lot of people are saying she's wearing pants here. I as much as if she has a pants option, fine, but that to me, because you could see actually where muscle, like skin indentations are, that to me is just her legs caked in mud. It's not, because in case you've seen, that's a lot of mud on the floor. Yeah, to me that is just shorts caked in mud. She's sliding to avoid the T-Rex, so maybe there's going to be some kind of chase sequence in it where you have to run away from the T-Rex initially, and then we'll get to a section of the Lost Valley and there'll be nowhere to go. So you have to stand your ground and fight, and I hope you stand your ground and fight by just bullets, and dodging, instead of having to rely on environmental hazards. But yeah, there it goes, and then for the end of the trailer... Just here, hang on. Just put the speed back up. And then for the end section of the trailer, we zoom out. Vilcabamba, the main section of Vilcabamba, right there with the two doors. If it's a blinking, you'll miss it. The entrance to the Lost Valley, right there. So there, yep, there's Vilcabamba. This is the section where all the wolves attack you. Those are the levers and the sections where you open this door. And then obviously the chambers are off to the sides. And then you get the caves themselves, the ice caves. And then straight at damn it. I wish that these wouldn't appear. And then there's the main door to the to Vilcabamba, the mountain cave section. And this is a section which isn't playable in the original, but was in Anniversary. And looking at it, it seems like this bit is more Anniversary than Tomb Raider 1, because you've got to climb up to the top to open that door, like you did in Anniversary, and like she did in the original cutscene from Tomb Raider 1, where she rappelled up and pushed the button. So this is pretty much, I'd say this is an amalgamation of Anniversary and Tomb Raider 1. So yeah, that's the entrance, and then we get this line. 100% freaking agree with this line.
Some legends are destined to be retold.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Absolutely. And then you get the logo. Legacy of Atlantis coming 2026. And I know that this is a pipe dream, but can you imagine if this game is ready to go on Lara's birthday, February 14th? Can you imagine? I doubt it. I think it's going to be more towards the summer, maybe. But yeah, that's the trailer, guys, and that trailer's absolutely freaking gorgeous. I love that trailer. I love both trailers, but that one really tugged at my heartstrings a lot because it's Tomb Raider 1. I was born before Tomb Raider 1 even existed. I grew up watching my dad play Tomb Raider 1. I played Tomb Raider 1. I was overjoyed to see Anniversary and played that. And this, as much as I know some people aren't happy that this game is once again getting a remake, some games deserve it. Like it says, some stories are destined to be retold. So, Tomb Raider 1 came out in 1996, so the 90s generation, that was their version of Tomb Raider. Then in 2007, we got, was it 2007? When did Legend come out? Yeah, 2007. We got Anniversary, and that was Crystal Dynamics. That was Tomb Raider 1 for a new generation, where they veered away from from some of the stuff that was in the original, but they did it to fit their gameplay style and their narrative from Legend, so they obviously had to change things in Anniversary to make it fit with the overall arc of the trilogy. So obviously, Atlantean mythology had to be interwoven with the stuff from Legend and Underworld. Natla had to be crucial to the plot of Lara's parents. You didn't know this in Anniversary, and obviously some other things had to change. But to be fair, as much as Anniversary, some people are saying Anniversary is redundant. It's not. It's just Tomb Raider 1 for the 2000s generation, with different gameplay and a slightly tweaked story. Yes, a lot of the set pieces from the original are not there. There's a lot of corridors. But a lot of the stuff they've changed because of the gameplay. Lara moves very differently in the Lao era to how she does in the classic era. It's not tank controls. They've got more capabilities. She's got a lot more maneuverability. So combat, it wasn't just shooting them with the pistols. The adrenaline dodge was introduced. You could jump on poles now, so you could stand and jump between them, as annoying as they were. Hazards were differently. You could duck, you could roll, you could leap over them, you could block them with blocks. So there was stuff like that. And, some things they changed for the better, some they didn't. Aesthetically, I think that they didn't change a lot of things for the better. They made everything look very dreary and generic. Like, it was all obsidian stone for the pyramid instead of a gold pyramid. Oh, yeah, I've got to say that now. Crystal, Flying Hog Games, please give us the golden pyramid of Atlantis. Don't make it a stone pyramid or an obsidian stone pyramid. Golden Pyramid of Atlantis. Please. It has to be. Don't deviate, because looking here with the this is just the Peru section. That trailer we just seen, by the way, that's just Peru. That's the first quarter of the game. We haven't seen St. Francis Folly. We haven't seen Egypt. We haven't seen Atlantis yet. So I'm hoping that as we see more, we'll see that they are taking their notes from the first game in terms of how it should look, how it should play out, and the story, but then they'll take some gameplay elements from Anniversary. I mean, we already know they are, because you've seen the adrenaline dodge and you've seen the grapple. So they are two staples of the Lao era. So they are definitely going to be there. So you've definitely got that. So I'd say that Anniversary is not redundant. It is a remake. It was a remake that was made at the time, and there were still technical limitations, like there were with the original Tomb Raider. Even though Tomb Raider Anniversary has more technical prowess than the original, it still has its limits. If you go back and play it, compared to modern games, it's still got its limitations. But at the time, it still stands and it's still relevant to the era it was produced in, from gameplay, technical fidelity, its story. It's still relevant. So everybody who's saying that Tomb Raider Anniversary is null and void, is redundant, no, it's not. It's still relevant. It's its own thing. It stands on its own as its own thing, as it's another interpretation of a story which, as this trailer points out, is destined to be retold. And as stories go on, this happens in real life as well, details change. You know, some things stay the same, some things are lost in translation, you know, so things are always going to be different. If they literally made this now and it came out looking like Tomb Raider 1, what would be the point? If it was exactly like Tomb Raider 1 in the scale and everything, what would be the point? You just say, oh, all you've done is just made Tomb Raider 1 in the Unreal Engine and made it exactly the same. You wouldn't want that. So it's going to be different. You've seen it's going to be different. I mean, come on. First shot. They're not messing around here. They're not giving you the Lost Valley in a dark enclosed cave where the draw distance blacked out all the upper area. You are getting a full prehistoric area that's got open air. It's got some rocks and crags and stuff. But look at it. That's your Lost Valley. This is your Lost Valley for the 2020s. This is your Tomb Raider for the 2020s. Your Tomb Raider 1. This is just the third incarnation. Well, the third official incarnation of Tomb Raider 1. Because this is the thing. People are saying that this is another remake. Do you know how many versions of Tomb Raider 1 there have actually been? You've got the original Tomb Raider 1. You've got Tomb Raider Anniversary. You've got the unreleased core design Tomb Raider Anniversary. You've got this remake. And then you've got Sabatu's Tomb Raider 1, which everybody, if you follow my channel, you know I'm playing through. That's 5 versions of Tomb Raider 1, and I'm sure there's more. So, this is only the third official remake. This game's been remade 5 times, technically, to some capacity. So, when it says it's destined to be retold, it's absolutely right. And I honestly, I couldn't be happier that this is a thing. I honestly could not be happier that Tomb Raider 1 is getting a remake, that people will be able to experience it with modern graphics, modern gameplay, and experience the story for themselves in a more accessible way. Because not everybody can play the remasters, not everybody can do tank controls. Not everybody's going to like that way of playing it. Not everybody's going to like the Anniversary way of playing it. I mean, there are things in Anniversary I don't like. Spike-bladed traps in Egypt while using the grapple hook. There we are. You know? So, I'm really glad to see that Tomb Raider is back. That Tomb Raider is not only charging forward in its new direction with Catalyst, but they are also harkening back and celebrating the past that it came from with a game made in the same engine as the new as Catalyst, but it's looking back and telling the original story. And maybe it will be relevant. Maybe like with Anniversary, where they wove it into the narrative of the Lao era. Maybe they're going to weave Atlantis into this new era somehow again. Who knows? Because this is the unified timeline. Now that the timeline is unified, things are going to have to be different. Because you can't have Tomb Raider 1 happened and Anniversary happened, because they're the same event, just with different details. So they've got to amalgamate it into something else that still makes sense. So, yeah, I like I say, I'm really happy with that we're getting. I'm now happy that we're getting 2 games, because now it makes sense why we waited so long. Everybody was getting impatient, like, where's the next Tomb Raider game? Where's the next Tomb Raider game? And I bet all the time, Crystal were thinking, if only you knew we were giving you 2 games. Because it's been a long time. And waiting this long to get 2 games 1 year apart, I'm perfectly happy. I now think that the wait was justified. And looking at how good they look, absolutely on board, absolutely fantastic. As soon as pre-orders come out, you bet your ass I'm going to be buying whatever super collector's edition there is, and I'm going to stream this game, and I'm going to go through it, probably cry my eyes out, and just love it. Tomb Raider 1 is timeless to me. And it might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I love it. I am doing a lot of talking, I know, guys. I'm sorry. And you know what? A lot of people are like, oh, why didn't they do a remake of Tomb Raider 2? They could do the Resident Evil format. Because Resident Evil now has a habit of doing a brand new game, and then a few years later you'll get a remake, and then a few years later you'll get the next installment. They could do the same with this, except they could do it with 2 games at the same time. So basically, we've got Tomb Raider, Legacy of Atlantis, and then Catalyst coming out after. And then, and I'm really hoping this is the case, if this sells well, they'll do Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis, Tomb Raider Legacy of Jean, or Tomb Raider The Dagger of Jean, Tomb Raider 2, and then we'll get the sequel to Tomb Raider Catalyst. If they release 2 games, and each one you get a remake and a continuation, I'm all for it. If that's the way we're going, we're celebrating the past, charging forward into the future, I'm happy with it. And if we get a remake of Tomb Raider 2, I am going to lose my shit, because I think Tomb Raider 2 deserves a remake that looks like this. Can you imagine being in the floating islands and it looks this good? Being in Tibet and it looks this good? Being under the ocean, actually I don't like that, but you know, being on the Maria de Ria deck and it looks like this. Fighting the dragon when we know that they can do detail on a T-Rex this good. And that's getting ahead of myself. Imagine what Willard will look like if they did Tomb Raider 3. If they did Tomb Raider 4, I mean, Chronicles, they probably wouldn't, but I don't think Chronicles should be ignored. If this is the direction we're going, and we update and preserve the Tomb Raiders that have gone before, but charge ahead with the Tomb Raiders, that the story they want to tell, they're giving us the best of both worlds, and I am perfectly fine with it. So, yeah, I hope that we get 2 Tomb Raider games, and I will wait 5 years if I get 2 games concurrently. I will happily wait if this is how we're going to go. If we're not, fair enough, but if they do, great. Totally on board. I'm getting so many notifications on my phone, it's distracting me. But yeah. I'm gonna conclude by saying, really happy to have Tomb Raider back. Really happy to not only have a new game with a new look that acknowledges what Tomb Raider was, because dual pistols, climbing, traversal, you know, a progression of the formula, and that we're just remembering what Tomb Raider was, and then we're getting a game which shows you what Tomb Raider was for a new audience. I couldn't be happier. Like I say, I will be getting both games. The queen of video gaming is back. Lara Croft is back. She came back not with a bang, but a kaboom. And it's looking really, really promising from what we've seen. And, yeah, like Steve of War said in his assessment of these trailers, I can be excited for modern Tomb Raider games. Like, we've only had remasters and like ports of Anniversary recently. I can be excited for a modern Tomb Raider game. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I wasn't as excited as I had been for like 2013, and Rise I wasn't as. And I don't think they're bad games at all. but I've got the excitement, I've got the buzz, I've got the passion, which is why I've sat here for nearly 2 hours, going through a trailer bit by bit and just rambling nonsense about it. I could not be happier about it. Oh, I was worried that this video would be a disaster and I wouldn't know what to say. I've had plenty to say. But yes, yeah, the only other thing I will... Actually, I won't, because it would spoil the anime. I will mention it in another video in a few weeks' time. There was something I wanted to bring up about the unification, but I don't want to spoil the anime for people. And those of you who are worried that the anime isn't going to be as good, Season 2 is vastly superior to Season 1. Not kidding. Hands down, brilliant. Watch it. I've watched it twice. It's great. So, yeah. Whew! Oh boy, that was a whole lot of something. But yeah. I am curious to everybody else's thoughts and opinions on what these games are going to be like. Let me know what you think, whether you're watching this now in the chat, or if you're watching this in the future on YouTube. Feel free to put your opinions, your thoughts, everything in the comments. If you're on my Discord, which I'll post the link to now because I don't think Wifey's here, I'll post a link to the Discord. If you join my Discord, you can. I've got a whole section where we just talk Tomb Raider. If you want to put your theories and thoughts and how overjoyed you are about it, or things that you're not necessarily happy with about it, feel free to join the Discord. Obviously, we are also doing playthroughs of other games and stuff like that, because it's not out yet. Let's just not forget, this is only a trailer. We haven't got the game yet. I am playing through Sabatu's Tomb Raider 1, so if you want to drop a follow and support the channel that way, you can, and check me going through that, the bouldification process, as I call it. Or you can get the remasters on sale right now. If you want to try Tomb Raider 1, the original, you can get Tomb Raider Anniversary now on the PlayStation Store. If you want to try out the first official remake of Tomb Raider 1 and see the differences, because I think comparing the 3 games is going to be really interesting when this comes out. So go and check it out. Honestly, get Tomb Raider games, guys. Play Tomb Raider games. They're so good. Each era. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off now. I've talked for a long time. I haven't mentioned this, but I have a killer headache. I've had it the whole time, but I didn't care because I love this. I love this stuff. And also I'm losing my voice. But yes, thank you everybody who's tuned in now or in the future to me ranting like a lunatic about Tomb Raider, Catalyst, and Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis. Pre-order it when it comes out. Go watch the trailers. See what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments, whether you're watching this on Twitch or YouTube. But yeah, and any support you can give, like, follow, subscribe. You can join the Discord. Check out the Fourth Wall store. Anything like that. Please, please, please. I would really appreciate any support. Or if you just want to show up to the next stream and watch me play through games, I'm sure I'll touch on this again very soon, because there's going to be more trailers and stuff. I hope we get a gameplay trailer, like a proper gameplay trailer. So, yes, please do come back. Thank you to everybody who tuned in, even if you tuned in for a couple of minutes. I was very nervous about doing a Just Chatting stream because I don't normally do this. This is not what my channel's known for. I just play the games and then talk nonsense at the same time. So thank you for hearing me out, letting me vent my enthusiasm to you and my theories. It really means the world. And the last thing to really say, thank you, Wifey, by the way, for being here, and Kiki2596. The last thing to say is, Lara Croft is back, baby, and it's looking good. Oh, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I am ScottyLoadinson. I am a child of the 90s who witnessed the first Tomb Raider. And that was my opinions and thoughts on Tomb Raider Catalyst and Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis. And if I didn't say it before clearly enough, I'll say it again. Lara Croft is back, baby! See you next time!